Hello, ladies. Here we go again. Another story about a man who decided to stop doing what he loved for a woman because he got a girlfriend. So he just stopped doing his shit. He took a break from his exercising. He was working out at kickboxing and boxing all the time. But because of his woman, took a break because she probably was taking up all of his time. Now, ladies, we love to have our men around, especially when we're early on in the relationships. I get it. We want to see our person all the time, right? But never at the expense of who they are. So if your man works out a lot and that's important to him, support him in that. If his work is super important to him, let him be there in that. Because really what you're looking for is the quality of his presence when he's with you. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. Is he with you? Is he listening to you? Is he holding you the way that you want to be held? Is he understanding you? That is what matters. And we need that on a regular basis. Yes, we do. But we don't need it all the time. We need to know that when he's with us, he's not watching the TV or the games or all that kind of stuff, that the presence is with us, taking care of us. And so, with that said, this man stopped doing his exercise routine, something he did every day, because he started dating someone. That's not okay, ladies. Don't let your man do that. Show him that while you love being around him and he's important to you, that you don't need every second of his time. Let him know that you trust him, that you trust what he says he's doing, even if you've had trust issues. Let him go out with his friends and have a good time, just like you go out with your ladies and have a good time. Trust that when he comes home, he is present with you. And if not, that is a discussion that you need to have, because for men to be their best masculine, they need to live a life on a mission, on purpose. Now, their purpose can change consistently. They can have one mission and then it closes up and they're waiting for another one. That's okay. But they need to have discipline. They need to have these things in their life. And while ones that have kids, they're about being present with their kids when they're there versus, like I said, just being distracted and things like that. They're there with their kids. Us women are different. We are so emotional that whatever emotion we're feeling in the moment is the emotion that we're feeling in the moment. And we will say really stupid shit to our man because we are feeling a certain way. So we need to somehow kind of watch some of the things we say, but at the same time, we need to have a man that can just be present and take it. We're the ocean. We are every wave. We are every motion of the ocean. We are moving while we are in our motherhood mode, our nurturing mode. We are in our masculine. We are do. But when we are in our flow, when we are just in it and we are just feeling it, and our man is taking choices away from us that we don't want to make, even things as like, hey, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. What do you want? Well, I was thinking maybe you could put that cute little dress on that I love so much, and we could go out, blah, blah, blah. I'll pick you up at 6. Perfect. That's awesome. I had a guy do that the other day. It was so amazing. He said, I will be at your house at 6. And we will figure out where we're going when you get in the car. It was so simple. He was like, I'm picking you up. I'll be there at 6. I was ready to go. We got in the car. We drove to a restaurant. It was perfect. I didn't have to make choices. I would give him options. He made the choices. And honestly, that was so nice not to have to make choices because I do it all the time. That's what we want. We want our men to be in charge to a point. We don't want them to ignore us, but when our man makes a decision, they're making it with their core, with the integrity and trust of who they are. We are not there to change their mind or work a certain way. Because remember, we're speaking from emotion. We are speaking from our feelings. Can we do analytical? Yes, we absolutely can. We do it in work all the time. And we can make decisions in this and that. But when it comes down to it, we want our man to be strong in their core of who they are and to make decisions that truly hold them accountable in their integrity. So, if this resonates with you ladies, we will be talking more and more about this kind of issue. So, just want to bring that out. I'm going to be talking about how we really want a man to hold us in our emotional wave when we're going through stuff. We're going to talk about how the man can perceive things versus what we're actually looking for. And we're going to talk about communication between the two, because that's where we are so different. And men are so analytical and logical. They don't understand why we're responding the way we are. And that is what we want to be working on with both our partner and with yourself, is understanding where you are at. Because men, when you make us feel safe with you, we trust you, when you joke with us, when you are able to break open the layers of maybe hurt that we've had in the past, when you are able to open us up, that's when we show our femininity. That is when we show our flow. That is when we are the 100% of who we are, our true goddess selves. But when we feel like we're being criticized, when we feel like we're being treated like a guy, it just doesn't work. And so we really need to speak to this more. We need to have more understanding. We need to have more back and forth. And as I finish this up, ladies, don't emasculate and put your man down in public. I see this too often. Don't do it around his friends. Don't do it. This should be in private. And this is the same case for you guys. Don't do it with your women. That stuff does not belong in public. We all have our issues with our couples. We all have issues with our partners. It needs to stay private for the most part, unless you're being emotionally, mentally, or physically abused in some way. You keep it quiet. Fights happen. That's why we communicate. Okay, so if you have any comments for me, let me know. I know I kind of rambled a little bit, as I do. Again, ladies, the book, Way of the Superior Man, you need to read this. It's so good. You don't have to agree with things. It's simply saying this is how men are. And it's a whole section on how men need to communicate with women. And we need to understand how we are too. We are not as analytical and objective as we would like to believe we are when we are in the midst of an emotional swing. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And again, it's a guy thing. It's a great book. And the other one is Dear Lover. And one of the things we will be doing in my relationship workshop is we will be putting down all the things we want in our man, everything we don't want in our man. We're going to pick the top 10 total, and then we're going to write a letter. And so just keep that in mind when we do this work. We are not picturing somebody unless you're actually in the relationship. When we picture the person that we think we want, we actually diminish what's actually there for us and what is actually there meant to be with us. So with that said, I wish you all the best of the weekend as we come to another close of the week. Can you believe February is almost over already? So love you guys and have a pleasurable day.